found footage, a hitman hotline, and whatever this is. We're back for part 3 of this series where we take a deep dive into old YouTube horror. Timestamps and any videos mentioned will be in the description below. Squidward's Suicide. Squidward's Suicide, also known as Red Mist, which I'll be referring to it as for YouTube reasons, was an old internet urban legend that eventually found its way to YouTube back in the day. In late 2006, one user on 7chan posted a story to the X/Paranormal board detailing a disturbing lost episode of SpongeBob. For those unaware and not terminally online, 7chan is basically an off-brand 4chan. In the post, the user states that they worked as an intern animator at Nickelodeon back in 2005. One day they received a tape to review in the studio titled Squidward's Suicide, which at the time was assumed to just be a dark joke. The beginning of the episode was apparently normal, though as it went on, things took a morbid turn. Squidward ends up performing at a concert playing his usual clarinet. As the performance goes on, people, or are they fish? Anyways, the beings in the crowd start to boo Squidward relentlessly, with even SpongeBob participating. As the camera cuts to the crowd's faces, they all have super hyper-realistic eyes. Soon, the video cuts to Squidward sitting on his bed in his house that looks like that one emoji. He begins sobbing until the video cuts to still images of DEAD children that appear randomly between frames of the video. This happens a few times throughout the rest of the tape. It then cuts to Squidward having extremely hyper-realistic bloodshot eyes staring directly into the camera. Squidward then pulls out a shotgun before, well, you know. The 7chan user stated that everyone in the room watching the tape alongside them was mortified. Allegedly, an investigation was done looking into the images of the children that were placed randomly throughout the video, but nothing came of it. Now that you're done shitting your diapers out of pure fear, it's not real. After this post was made, videos began surfacing online of this supposed tape over the years, eventually reaching YouTube. The whole story even became a creepypasta. Videos uploaded to YouTube of the tape pretty much all included video clips from real SpongeBob episodes with filters and edits to make the video look scary, using a variety of episodes and scenes in these episodes to fit the story of Red Mist to make it seem as authentic as possible. Though as you watch these videos, they're all different. So as long as you have an IQ higher than a rock, you can probably come to the conclusion that it's not real. It's a really interesting, decently put together, and morbid story that I think caught on and became as popular as it did for good reason. I mean, I'm sure if you've been on the internet, and more specifically YouTube, back in the early to mid 2010s, you've most likely seen this image many times. The whole thing is iconic, and I'm sure people will continue to make edits and newer versions of the Red Mist tape for years to come. Transfiguration. On October 24th of 2008, a video titled Transfiguration was uploaded to YouTube. The video shows a man... You know what? Before I say anything else, here's part of the video. At first glance, with no context, this video is odd, to say the very least. I mean, it's not every day you see someone cover themselves in clay and straw while yelling and grunting. Over time, some people online have found the video disturbing or terrifying, even claiming it originates from the dark web. Others just find it interesting and not really scary at all. The video was uploaded by Olivier de Sagazan and is actually a performance art piece that he's been doing since 1998. Transfiguration is meant to be a representation of the transformation of a human being. As the performance goes on, more layers of clay, paint, or any other substances/fabrics are added, making the original human aspect less and less, well, human. He loses senses and becomes a monster of sorts, acting more primal. It's almost like watching someone descend into madness as an art piece. Olivier is still performing Transfiguration 26 years later. On his YouTube channel, there are other videos that are just as bizarre, but still interesting to watch. Personally, I've never found this scary per se, it's just been weird. Though I felt it had to be included, considering it made the rounds in the YouTube horror space back then, with a message that is entirely up to the viewer. Let me know what you think the Transfiguration video really means in the comments below. Boothworld Industries. Okay, so this one's a bit different than the usual topics I cover in these videos. There isn't a specific video for this one, it's more of an internet urban legend or an old creepypasta about a phone number that led to a company called Boothworld Industries that specialized in quote-unquote remodeling services, though these services were more along the lines of, well, a hitman. The original story posted online goes like this. A guy had recently moved into a newly built cabin, but the cabin had been poorly built and there were issues around the home that needed fixing. So he made some calls to plumbers and other individuals that could help fix some of these problems. Later, he gets a call back from somebody that tells him to wait for the next operator. So he waits and waits until eventually a woman's voice comes through the phone saying, "Welcome to Boothworld Industries." She says her name is Samantha. Then she asks for a name. He gives her his name, but she refuses, stating she already knows who he is, but she still needs a name. Any name. He makes up one, but she calls him out for making one up. The man then asks what the name would be used for. She replies back, remodeling. The guy decides to give Samantha the name of his ex-girlfriend. The remodeling was then scheduled for 3 o'clock later that day. Samantha tells the man, "Wonderful. We at Boothworld Industries say thanks, and welcome to the club. You have a marvelous day." Anyways, he gets another call at 3 p.m. Answering, he's greeted by Samantha's voice, before it quickly switches to his ex-girlfriend, Jessica, pleading for her life in the background. Her voice gets cut off, and it happens. And a man's voice says, "The scheduled work has been completed. We at Boothworld Industries say thanks and welcome to the club." Soon after, Samantha asks the man for another remodeling date. He gives her the name of the contractor that messed up his cabin and a date, but Samantha tells him that the date can't work. Confused, he asks why. She tells him that his own remodeling is the day before then. He frantically tries to reschedule his own remodeling, and to do so, he is told that he needs to recruit 1,000 new members to the club. And that's where the story ends. Asking for help, he gives the number 630-296-7536. The story was originally posted to r/nosleep back in 2013, which isn't exactly known for real stories. But this wasn't just any regular story usually posted on it. This time it had a number that, when called, actually had a voice message related to the story. Surprisingly, the number still works to this day. So I decided to call it.
Boothworld Industries. Your number has been logged and traced. A service representative will be with you shortly for remodeling. We at Boothworld Industries say, you have a marvelous day.
So yeah, it doesn't say exactly what the guy that posted the story says it did, but it's close enough. It definitely freaked people out because there are countless replies to the post worrying that they actually just dialed a hitman service. Soon, there were YouTube videos made surrounding the topic, and the legend of Boothworld Industries continued to grow. I mean, the topic was covered so much for years, with even short films made about it. However, the story behind the number and Boothworld Industries existing is real. No, I'm just kidding, it's all fake. This whole thing was created by a man named Christopher Bloodworth, a writer who made Boothworld Industries to scare people online by making it even more interactive than others like it. I mean, he made a phone number and voicemail realistic enough to further legitimize the story, adding to the depth of it. Boothworld Industries definitely grew and became far more popular than Christopher ever could have imagined. Creepy tape found in Croatia. Creepy tape found in Croatia, disturbing, was uploaded back in the incredible year of 2012. The video starts by saying that the tape was found in 2005 and that both of the teenagers shown in the video have been missing since, with the perpetrator still out in the world. Before I go on, here's the tape. The video is over 3.5 minutes long, so I'll show the most important bits and pieces from it, but if you want to see the whole thing, it'll be in the description.
Gledaj imam.
Daj, nemoj me snimat, nemoj me snimat. Likovoj kafić.
Pa da.
Tamo lik. Gle lik piše tamo, gdje ga snima. Ne, jel piše, kaj radi?
Bravo.
Gle lika. Au, Isuse Bože.
Ček, to je to ono opet?
To je ono likove piše. Neću se. Mislim da je pijan, umeš.
Okej, mislim da idemo... Ajmo mi odavde, ajmo.
Fuck, Isuse Bože, ti mu vidio fuck. Pacom, onak, daj, ajmo ka snimiti se Bože, Isuse.
Ček.
Da to on, Isuse Bože. Kak je došao tu? Isuse Bože, daj. Kaj, jel to on, Isuse Bože? Snimaj ga, sad ga snimaj, sad nemoj pobjeći. Kaj radi, Isuse Bože? Kaj radi?
Ne znam. Ej, jel si ti u redu, onak?
Oprostite, jel vam treba pomoć? Znači, Matija, studeni... Aha, otvoreno.
Koji kat?
5. kat.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that masked dude hunched over in that first encounter, I thought it was just some drunk dude chilling, but then it got all stalkery and... Anyways, from the video we can see the masked guy encounter the two teens in a park at night, presumably for the first time. They think it's just some drunk guy hanging out by himself at this point. Later, they run into him again, doing... Okay, well, what is he doing? Seriously, it's like he accidentally started emoting. Whatever it is, the two are seemingly more on edge now, knowing that the dude is following them. Almost immediately, he starts running or just slow jogging towards them before the camera cuts. It picks back up with them entering their apartment, or maybe dorm, considering they could be students. As they call for an elevator and the door opens up, Leatherface from Myuu is already standing in the elevator waiting for them. One of them screams before it cuts to the cameraman standing in front of a car with headlights on at night. And well, that's it. The description of the video states, "The contents of this video may be disturbing because of the person chasing them who looks abnormal. This is not a fake video because the two boys are missing to this day." It's almost impressive how well made this video is. I feel like back in the days of early YouTube, horror videos like this were amazing, or
the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
The channel that uploaded the video is Darth Nixa, who has posted videos ranging from Minecraft and Diablo to aliens and lost footage. I mean, talk about variety. There is another video similar to the Croatia found footage called The Creepy Unexplained Finland Footage. The video starts by claiming that in 2009, 2 people in Finland spotted a stranger lurking around their apartment building. One of the 2 allegedly died from a heart attack while the other is missing. There's also no audio throughout the video or any captions. The video then cuts to 2 guys on a motorcycle riding through the Finnish streets at night. They park, get off, and wander for about a minute before someone approaches them walking like Batman. The friend of the cameraman moves towards the person but falls over, presumably from the heart attack mentioned in the beginning of the video. The camera drops as the other dude probably runs away. The mysterious person kneels down above the other dude before the video cuts to static with white noise that totally jump scares you. Okay, so is it real or fake? Yeah, it's fake. Both videos. I mean, don't you think found footage of 2 people in either of these videos would have been massive news if it was in fact the last time they were seen? Not to mention the obvious cuts, sound, and camera work to make it look extensively creepy. Like, come on, do you think the camera in the Finland video would perfectly fall to view the stranger kneel down over that guy? While there is a chance that these videos are real, I just highly doubt it. I believe that it was just a fun art project or maybe some short films that these guys just wanted to make. For the time they were uploaded in, they aren't even that bad. They're well shot and made to look like actual found footage that I could totally see freaking people out back in the earlier days of YouTube. Alleged found footage, disturbing art projects, and a phone number many believed led to an actual hitman service. That's all for part 3. I don't plan to stop making these retrospective-esque videos on YouTube horror, so you can expect more coming soon, alongside covering other things as well, so drop a like if you like this video and maybe even subscribe. Or check out parts 1 and 2 on my channel if you haven't already. Before I stop yapping, if you have any specific topics you'd like to see me cover, feel free to comment them below. Thanks everyone.